and dementia? Even your daily coffee has its best and worst food matches. So, I've got you covered. For cancer and dementia prevention, I'll share with you the 3 worst foods to have with coffee. And the 3 best foods that go perfectly with it. Hello there. Are there anyone who haven't subscribed yet? Hit subscribe and like right now. Please share this video with your loved ones. I promise to keep bringing you the best health information. These days, it's often said we're living in a coffee state, with our nation being among the world's top coffee consumers. The passion for coffee here is truly remarkable. The coffee we enjoy 2-3 times a day is packed with benefits. Not just for diabetes and dementia prevention but also for fighting cancer and cardiovascular diseases. Plus, the stimulating effect of caffeine adds vitality and energy to our daily life. The delightful and rich aroma of coffee boosts dopamine production, enhancing mood and even helping with depression. But did you know? Even coffee, as beneficial as it is, can be harmful when paired with certain foods. So, let's dive into the 3 worst food pairings with coffee for cancer and dementia prevention. And the 3 best pairings that can help extend our lives healthily. First off, the worst choice to pair with your coffee is, surprisingly, sweet coffee drinks like vanilla lattes. Many of you might grab one of these sweetened coffee drinks after a meal, right? When you look at what's in them. Beyond the coffee, you find a huge amount of sugar, powdered creamers, and other synthetic additives. Putting aside the freshness of the coffee granules, the excessive amount of sugar is the biggest issue. You already know sugar isn't good for you. But why are sweet coffee drinks particularly bad for your health? It's mainly because you have them after eating. Imagine this. You've already had your fill of carbs and sugar from your meal, raising your blood sugar. And then you top it off with a sugar-packed coffee drink. Exactly, it spikes your insulin resistance and leaves extra sugar floating in your bloodstream. This leftover blood sugar acts as glycotoxins, causing inflammation in your vessels, which can lead to cancer. If it goes to the liver, it causes fatty liver disease. If it reaches the brain, it can shrink the hippocampus, responsible for memory, reducing brain size and leading to dementia. Moreover, increasing insulin resistance is a direct path to diabetes, obesity, high blood pressure, and other metabolic syndromes. And there's more. The creamy powder that adds a rich flavor is another big issue. Because its fat content easily turns into visceral fat in your body, making sweet coffee drinks after meals a terrible habit for your waistline and cholesterol levels. So, what kind of coffee should you drink? The answer is filtered or brewed, Americano and espresso, made from freshly roasted beans without any added sugar. By choosing this kind of coffee, you avoid the sugar and calories that are the downsides of sweet coffee drinks, keeping only the benefits of coffee. Drinking 2-3 cups of good coffee a day is really good for your health. And for those who sometimes add syrup to their coffee, remember that liquid fructose or corn syrup, often called syrup, is even worse for your health than sugar, so you should definitely avoid it. So, what should you add to your coffee, or eat with it? There's a miraculous way to maximize the benefits of coffee and drink it like a tonic, and it involves one of the top 3 spices in the world, the cinnamon. In fact, in Mexico, adding a cinnamon stick to coffee is a traditional health and longevity secret known as café de olla. Did you know coffee is excellent for heart health? Recent studies presented at the European Society of Cardiology have shown that 3 cups of coffee a day can significantly reduce the risk of stroke and cardiovascular diseases by up to 60%. And why is that? You might wonder. It's because coffee is rich in antioxidants called polyphenol. Astonishingly, the amount of polyphenol in coffee is 3 times that of green tea, and 9 times that of black tea. These components not only strengthen the blood vessels and cleanse the blood, but also reduce inflammation levels within the vessels. Now, here's the kick. Cinnamon is also packed with these miraculous antioxidants, polyphenol. When combined, coffee and cinnamon create an incredible synergy. Interestingly, the polyphenol in cinnamon help expand the blood vessels and nourish the joints. With the colder weather, causing many to experience numbness and swelling in their hands and feet. Combining coffee and cinnamon can aid in improving blood circulation. You can either stick a cinnamon stick in your coffee, or simply mix in about half a teaspoon of cinnamon powder for the perfect golden ratio. It's a great combination to try. So, the second worst match for coffee is actually medication. This includes not just supplements but also any prescription drugs you might be taking. Are there any of you who think because coffee's caffeine speeds up metabolism, it might make your medicine work faster? Or, do you take your post-meal supplements with coffee? Doing so not only renders the medicine ineffective, but can also cause serious health issues. Drinking coffee when you're tired can momentarily beat sleepiness and boost your focus, right? That's because the caffeine in coffee stimulates blood circulation, waking you up and giving you a burst of energy. While this is great on its own, it's very risky to mix this with medication. First off, supplements are full of good stuff like vitamins B, C, D, or minerals such as iron. But caffeine from coffee can block these beneficial ingredients from being absorbed in your stomach, making them useless. Moreover, mixing coffee with prescription drugs can lead to even bigger problems. Common medications like aspirin and stomach medicine when taken with coffee can increase stomach acid and cause severe irritation. This could lead to serious issues like stomach spasms, perforations, and ulcers. Also, medicine for cold and cough, which already has a stimulating effect when added to the stimulating effect of caffeine, can cause your heart to race and blood pressure to spike, leading to emergencies like arrhythmias and brain hemorrhages. Plus, if you're taking diuretics for conditions like high blood pressure, coffee's diuretic effect can overburden your kidneys. Therefore, it's crucial to avoid taking coffee with supplements and prescription drugs. If you wait 1 or 2 hours between them, you can enjoy the benefits of your medicine and coffee without any problems. At this point, the best food pairing I recommend with coffee is definitely milk. Many of you enjoy adding milk to your coffee to make lattes or cappuccinos, right? Adding milk not only softens the bitterness and acidity of coffee, making it smoother and creamier, but it also enhances its health benefits. Have you noticed you tend to visit the bathroom more often after drinking coffee? That's because of the diuretic effect of caffeine in coffee, which helps with metabolism and blood circulation, speeding up the elimination of waste from your body. While this can be good, it also poses a big problem. Caffeine can cause the calcium in your body to be expelled along with it. That's why coffee is sometimes called a calcium thief. Moreover, caffeine can even interfere with the absorption of calcium in the body. So, how can we counteract this downside? By pairing coffee with the king of calcium, milk. Even if caffeine flushes out calcium, the ample amount of calcium in milk ensures you can drink coffee without worries. Additionally, the bitter and acidic taste of coffee can stimulate the production of stomach acid. Milk creates a protective layer in the stomach and neutralizes acidity, making it an excellent choice. Plus, adding protein balances the nutritional value of your coffee, making milk and coffee a perfect match. The third worst food to pair with coffee might surprise you: it's chocolate. A sweet chocolate cake with a cup of Americano can be delicious. And there are also coffees drizzled with chocolate syrup, like a chocolate frappuccino. Some even pair dark chocolate with coffee, for diet purposes. Wait a second. Coffee is known to aid weight loss, but do you know why? It's because of brown fat. When we think of fat, we often think of the bad kind that makes you gain weight, like visceral fat, which stores leftover nutrients as white fat in your body. On the other hand, there's good, brown fat, which burns off bad fat and helps prevent obesity. Amazingly, caffeine in coffee stimulates this good brown fat, aiding in weight loss. Plus, caffeine boosts metabolism, speeding up fat burning. But here's the catch. While pairing dark chocolate with coffee might seem like a boost to diet effects, it can lead to serious problems. The reason is that both chocolate and coffee are full of caffeine. So, when you have coffee and chocolate together, you end up consuming too much caffeine. The American Heart Association warns that excessive caffeine intake can cause severe stimulation effects, increasing the risk of heart attacks due to arrhythmias. So, from now on, it's better to enjoy chocolate and coffee separately. Then, what snacks might be good to pair with your coffee? The third and the last, best pairing I recommend with coffee is nuts. Did you know coffee is great for brain health and preventing dementia? It's true. The caffeine in 2-3 cups of coffee a day actually stops the formation of tau proteins, which can cause dementia. Plus, the antioxidants in coffee protect and even help regenerate brain nerve cells. This means coffee can boost cognitive abilities and memory, and it's really good at preventing dementia, Alzheimer's, and Parkinson's disease. And here's where it gets even better. When you pair nuts with your coffee, you create an amazing synergy. Did you know our brain uses up about 20% of our body's energy? That's why it's crucial to feed our brain with the right nutrients. Nuts like walnuts, almonds, and peanuts are not only full of various nutrients but also rich in unsaturated fatty acids, which activate brain cells. This doesn't just boost your memory. It also clears fats stuck in your blood vessels, cleaning them out. So, better blood flow means more oxygen for your brain. Remember to grab a handful of nuts with your coffee next time. It adds a delicious nutty flavor and boosts your health too. So far, we've looked at the 3 worst and 3 best food pairings with coffee. Then, it's time to wrap it up. Instead of sugary mixed coffees, go for unbrewed or filtered good coffee. And sprinkle some cinnamon or nutmeg on it for a healthy twist. Also, don't take supplements or prescription drugs with your coffee, but have it with milk instead. Skip having coffee with chocolate, and pair it with nuts to boost your brain health. How does that sound? I hope by choosing the right companions for your coffee, you'll take good care of your health. Thank you so much for staying with me today. If you found today's tips helpful, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. And do share this with your dear family and friends. I'll always pray for your health and happiness. This has been your Dr. John. Thank you. Did you know that eating this with sweet potato can harm your health? One of the top 3 immune-boosting foods selected by the WHO is sweet potatoes. Even with such excellent benefits, sweet potatoes also have foods that are the best match and foods that are bad matches. You should eat sweet potatoes well to benefit your body. If you consume them with foods that are bad for your body, it may actually harm your health. That's why I've prepared this especially for you. We'll together find out 3 worst combinations with sweet potato, and 3 best foods for protecting your health. Hello. Are there still some of you who haven't subscribed yet? Please subscribe and hit that like button right away. Also, please share with your loved ones. I'll continue to deliver only the best health information to you. When the weather gets colder, there's one food that comes to mind first. None other than sweet potato. Whether sweet potato salad dishes or desserts, or roasted with crispy skin peeling off, leaving smiles on our faces. Sweet potatoes are not just filling but also packed with nutrients. Today's star is sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes have been beloved by people of all ages and genders throughout history. During times of famine, they served as a reliable crop to alleviate hunger. And as times changed, they gained popularity as snacks or delicacies. Nowadays, they're praised for their satiety and are even recognized as a diet food. In fact, the secret behind Kagoshima, Japan's largest sweet potato producing region and longevity village, is sweet potatoes. But hey, did you know that despite how good sweet potatoes are for your health, there are certain foods that, when eaten together, can actually harm your health? Well then, let's explore together 3 worst food combinations and 3 best food combinations to protect your health when eaten with sweet potatoes. First, the worst sweet potato dish is raw sweet potato. Aren't you surprised? Sweet potatoes contain no saturated fat or cholesterol, and they're packed with dietary fiber and antioxidants. You may already know that the white juice that comes out when you cut raw sweet potatoes cleanses your intestines. Yes, it's true. While the abundant dietary fiber in sweet potatoes is great for gut health, eating them raw, especially for those with weak stomachs, is not a good idea. Raw sweet potatoes contain a type of sugar called raffinose, which, when broken down in the intestines, produces carbon dioxide, causing abdominal bloating and foul-smelling flatulence. This gas buildup in the intestines can lead to chronic indigestion and ultimately worsen gut health. Intestinal polyps can lead to various gastrointestinal diseases, including colon cancer. So it's essential to be cautious. Furthermore, raw sweet potatoes contain substances that inhibit trypsin enzymes, which break down proteins. The more protein-rich foods you consume together with raw sweet potatoes, the more these inhibitors increase, hindering digestion. What's truly astonishing is that these enzymes are destroyed by heat. So be sure to cook sweet potatoes thoroughly. Additionally, the gut is often referred to as the second brain because it's closely linked to our brain health. Did you know that the gut and the brain are connected by 2,000 nerve fibers? In fact, there's a central connection axis between the gut and the brain. So the health of the gut directly affects not only mood and sleep, but also cognitive abilities. It's crucial to consume easily digestible foods regularly and take care of gut health, as it's the best habit for preventing dementia and maintaining brain health. So, the recommended food that goes best with sweet potatoes is apples. Sweet potatoes are rich in dietary fiber as well as vitamins A and C. In particular, beta-carotene in sweet potatoes is excellent for eye health and old age, preventing night blindness, and promoting vision recovery. Moreover, its abundance of antioxidants effectively inhibits free radicals, one of the causes of aging, preventing skin aging and suppressing the secretion of lactic acid bacteria, which causes fatigue, aiding in fatigue recovery. Additionally, sweet potatoes are full of calcium, which strengthens bones and enhances bone density. Therefore, it's essential to consume sweet potatoes for preventing osteoporosis and maintaining strong bones. However, there's one major problem. Consuming an excessive amount of sweet potatoes, including raw ones, can lead to a substance called amygdalin causing digestive issues, such as abdominal bloating and intestinal gas. Focus here. This is where apples come in. The pectin in apples creates a protective barrier on the intestinal wall, preventing the invasion of toxins. Moreover, the tart organic acids in apples help digest the starchy sweet potatoes more efficiently. Furthermore, when you cook sweet potatoes, apples perfectly complement them by replenishing any deficient vitamins. As for the recommended recipe, apple and sweet potato curry is a great option. With the natural sweetness of apples and sweet potatoes combined with the turmeric and curry, you can enjoy a healthier and tastier meal. As the weather suddenly gets colder and immunity weakens, it's essential to include it. Apple sweet potato curry in your diet. Second, the worst sweet potato dishes are fried sweet potatoes and dried sweet potatoes. When the transitional season passes and cold winter arrives, the most tempting snack is fried sweet potatoes. Eating sweet and fragrant fried sweet potatoes is truly delightful. And recently, many people have been enjoying them as snacks after drying them to make them chewy. However, especially for health reasons, they're not suitable for individuals with diabetes. First of all, sweet potatoes are carbohydrate-rich foods with strong sweetness. So although they may seem very high in sugar, their glycemic index, GI, is not as high as one might think. In fact, sweet potatoes have a lower GI than potatoes and gradually raised blood sugar levels, making them suitable even for diabetic patients. However, the calorie content of sweet potatoes is quite high. Eating one sweet potato is equivalent to consuming 2/3 of a bowl of rice. Here's a quick pause. Did you know that surprisingly, the glycemic index and calories of sweet potatoes vary depending on the cooking method? When sweet potatoes are baked, moisture is lost, and sugar content increases, resulting in significantly higher blood sugar levels and calorie content. In reality, raw sweet potatoes contain 128 kilocalories per 100 grams, while boiled ones have 140 kilocalories. Baked ones have 150 kilocalories and dried ones have a whopping 350 kilocalories. Furthermore, fried sweet potatoes have a glycemic index more than twice that of boiled sweet potatoes. So you must be cautious when consuming them. The calorie content varies greatly depending on how you eat the same sweet potato. Therefore, when the weather gets colder and outdoor activities decrease, it's better for your health to avoid fried sweet potatoes and dried sweet potato snacks. Now, let's summarize the best way to consume sweet potatoes here. It's best to wash sweet potatoes thoroughly, boil them with the skin on, and consume them as a meal replacement. The skin contains not only antioxidants and vitamins but also a variety of dietary fibers. So be sure to eat it together. Additionally, sweet potato stems are rich in calcium, potassium, and vitamin A. So including them as a side dish is also beneficial. Secondly, the food that pairs best with sweet potatoes is tomatoes. As you age, you're more susceptible to vascular diseases, and sweet potatoes are the ideal food for vascular health. Sweet potatoes are rich in pantothenic acid, a type of vitamin B, which helps regulate hormone secretion to relieve stress and prevent high blood pressure. Here's a question for you. What do you think is the biggest cause of hypertension? It's primarily due to excess sodium in the body. Therefore, it's crucial to reduce salt intake and consume foods rich in potassium, which helps excrete sodium from the body. However, today's stars, sweet potatoes and tomatoes, are excellent sources of potassium. Consuming sweet potatoes and tomatoes together helps flush out accumulated sodium from the body and has a tremendous detoxifying synergy effect. But that's not all. The abundant dietary fiber in sweet potatoes remarkably reduces colon cancer cells by up to 70%. In fact, sweet potatoes are recognized by the Cancer Prevention Committee as one of the best foods for preventing colon and lung cancer. When paired with tomatoes, a superb anti-cancer food, they exhibit extraordinary efficacy. So make sure to include tomatoes and sweet potatoes in your diet from now on. Here's a handy tip for you. Tomatoes have antioxidant properties in their skins and are lipid soluble. So lightly sautéing them in oil or drizzling them with a bit of olive oil before consumption is highly beneficial. So remember that. The last food that pairs worst with sweet potatoes is peanuts. While it's well known that the soluble dietary fiber in sweet potatoes slows down digestion and promotes the secretion of leptin, which melts body fat, making it good for dieting. It's true. It also gives a feeling of fullness and is beneficial for respiratory health and lung health. However, consuming sweet potatoes and peanuts together significantly increases the risk of obesity. So be cautious when consuming them. Sweet potatoes are a typical carbohydrate-rich food, mainly starch-based carbohydrates. Peanuts also contain a lot of starch, so excessive carbohydrate intake can lead to potential issues. Carbohydrates are a good source of energy for our bodies. But the problem lies in the fact that carbohydrates easily accumulate fat. Therefore, carbohydrates are easily converted and stored as body fat, eventually leading to belly fat, visceral fat, and aging. So, in the future, remember not to eat sweet potatoes and peanuts together, but consume them separately. The last but not least best combination with sweet potato is yogurt. Have you ever felt your throat getting blocked after eating tough sweet potatoes? At times like these, eating them with yogurt not only helps clear your throat, but also provides excellent taste and nutrition. While the abundant fiber in sweet potatoes is beneficial for the gut, it can also take a long time to digest, potentially causing discomfort. Consuming yogurt or yogurt dressing with sweet potatoes helps digestion by introducing fermented probiotics and organic acids. Conversely, yogurt dressings often contain high levels of sodium, but sweet potatoes' potassium helps excrete sodium, making them a perfect match. Here's a quick tip. When you feel your throat blocked after eating sweet potatoes, consuming refreshing radishes alongside them is excellent. This is because radishes contain diastase, which aids digestion. So, in the future, remember to pair sweet potatoes with yogurt and radishes. Hold on. Some people have sweet potatoes as a late-night snack. However, eating them when your metabolism is slow at night can lead to the accumulation of sugar in your body, making digestion particularly challenging. It can cause fermentation in the intestines and acidification of the blood during sleep. Therefore, especially for those with diabetes or weak kidneys, it's best to avoid consuming sweet potatoes in the evening. So far, we've looked at the 3 worst pairings and 3 best pairings when consuming sweet potatoes. Let's summarize together, shall we? First, it's better to eat sweet potatoes cooked by boiling or steaming rather than raw or fried. And it's beneficial to eat them with apples and tomatoes instead of peanuts among nuts. Try pairing sweet potatoes with yogurt or radish for a delicious and nutritious combination. How does that sound? I hope you'll cook and enjoy sweet potatoes with foods that complement them well to maintain your health. Thank you so much for being with us. If today's video has been helpful, please subscribe and like it. Also, please share it with your precious family and friends. I'll always pray for your health and happiness. Did you know that eating this with cinnamon could actually harm your health? Cinnamon, one of the world's top 3 spices and known as natural insulin, has foods that pair well with it and foods that do not. Eating it with foods that do not pair well can actually harm your health. To prevent disease, I will tell you about 3 foods that pair worst with cinnamon, and 3 foods that pair best with it. Hello, this is your friendly health expert, Dr. John. Are there any of you who haven't subscribed yet? Please subscribe and hit the like button right now. Share this with your loved ones. And introduce Dr. John to many others. I will continue to provide you with the best health information. Everyone, what if there was a food that was good for diabetes, burns visceral fat so it's great for losing weight, prevents colds by blocking viruses and protecting the lungs, and even has amazing anti-disease effects? What if it also prevented aging and kept you young? The food I'm going to introduce today is delicious. Moreover, it is affordable, making it cost-effective. Today's star is called a divine blessing, cinnamon. Recently, it has been reported that cinnamon is good for brain health and is being developed as a preventive treatment for brain damages. In fact, just smelling cinnamon can boost cognitive abilities and concentration more than any brain health exercise, proving it to be highly effective in preventing brain damages, even just with cinnamon scent. But did you know that? Even a healthy food like cinnamon can be harmful to your health if eaten with certain foods. Now, let's find out together the 3 worst food combinations with cinnamon that can hinder disease prevention, and the 3 best combinations for optimal health benefits. The first worst cinnamon food is cinnamon beverages like tea and lattes. There are many dishes that use cinnamon, such as cinnamon rolls, cinnamon bread, and cinnamon tea, which have become very popular. Especially in the fall, sweet pumpkin spice lattes are very popular. In the East, cinnamon drinks are often brewed strong and consumed as a digestive aid. You may already know that Coca-Cola was originally developed as a digestive aid. While its recipe is secret, one thing is certain: its digestive properties come from cinnamon powder. Although everyone loves Coca-Cola, cinnamon, with its sweet aroma and bitter taste, is a spice that people either love or hate. Some people mix cinnamon powder into milk or sprinkle it on coffee. But traditionally, the most common way to consume cinnamon is in beverages like cinnamon tea and lattes. Our ancestors wisely drank cinnamon tea after meals because the warm properties of cinnamon protected the stomach and helped the secretion of gastric juices, aiding digestion and relieving bloating. This is why cinnamon extract is often included in digestive aids even in these days. Moreover, cinnamon tea, brewed for a long time, has a stronger aroma than any other cinnamon food, which is truly beneficial. The spicy cinnamon in the tea can enhance digestive abilities even by its scent alone. However, there is a big problem with sweet and slightly bitter cinnamon beverages. When you think of cinnamon tea or lattes, the dark brown color comes to mind. But this color actually comes from brown sugar, not cinnamon. You probably already know that sugar itself is not good for health. Even if cinnamon is good for health, drinking cinnamon tea after meals can be dangerous, because it raises blood sugar levels further after they've already increased during the meal. More seriously, the sugar used in these drinks is often brown sugar. Additionally, to make the color darker, artificial additives in caramel color are used, which contain a carcinogenic substance called methylamidazole. Therefore, avoid commercially available cinnamon beverages with dark colors, and instead, make them at home using trusted sweeteners for a healthier option. At first, the best combination with cinnamon I recommend you today is honey. Earlier, I mentioned that the brown sugar in cinnamon beverages is dangerous. Instead, you can consume cinnamon with honey. Did you know that cinnamon is excellent for boosting your health? Cinnamon contains as many as 41 antioxidant compounds that prevent the formation of mutant cells and illness-causing cells in our bodies. Amazingly, the antioxidants in cinnamon create a tremendous synergy when combined with honey. This combination especially strengthens the heart. The heart acts as a powerful pump, sending blood throughout the body. When this function weakens, problems arise. However, mixing honey with cinnamon tea removes cholesterol and triglycerides accumulated in the arteries, making the heartbeat stronger and allowing for better delivery of oxygen and nutrients throughout the body. This combination is excellent for preventing cardiovascular diseases like arteriosclerosis, strokes, and cerebral hemorrhages. Moreover, honey is rich in minerals that boost immunity. When combined with the warming properties of cinnamon, blood circulation improves significantly, allowing these beneficial minerals and vitamins to be absorbed more quickly by our bodies. The second worst food to pair with cinnamon is dried dates. Were you surprised? Dates are a common ingredient in cinnamon beverages like cinnamon drinks or beverages. However, it's important to note that you should consume fresh dates, not dried dates. Have you heard that cinnamon is good for diabetes? One of the most famous nicknames for cinnamon is natural insulin. Do you know how many people in the world suffer from diabetes? Including those at risk, it's about 700 million and expected to be reached 800 million or more in 2030. Today's star, cinnamon, is particularly effective against diabetes and its complications. Diabetes generally means having a low level of insulin or poor blood sugar control. Simply put, insulin is like a guide that takes the sugar in your body to the muscles, liver, or organs that need energy. When insulin is insufficient, the sugar in your body doesn't know where to go and floats in the bloodstream, leading to a shortage of energy in the muscles and a rise in blood sugar levels, creating an emergency situation. Here's the key point. When you consume cinnamon, an amazing thing happens. The polyphenol compounds in cinnamon act similarly to insulin in your body. This lowers blood sugar levels and helps deliver energy to the muscles, not only boosting vitality but also strengthening the muscles. However, if you consume cinnamon with dry dates, it's of no use. Dates have about 5 times the sugar content of apples, while it raises blood sugar levels slowly. The drying process of dates concentrates the sugar even more. Therefore, to get the benefits of cinnamon, you should pair it with fresh dates, not dried dates. The second best food that paired perfectly with cinnamon is ginger. With the recent drastic temperature changes, many people are experiencing weakened immunity, catching colds, and suffering from body aches, knee pain, arthritis, and neuralgia. At this time, consuming ginger and cinnamon together can perfectly solve these issues. Cinnamon has a sharp aroma, which is due to phenol compounds known as natural antioxidants. These compounds act like antibiotics in our body, killing bacteria. They are especially effective in reducing and soothing chronic inflammations such as arthritis, dermatitis, and stomatitis, providing pain relief as well. When you consume cinnamon with ginger, it maximizes the benefits of cinnamon. The gingerol in ginger, which gives it its spicy flavor, completely sterilizes inflammation and toxins in the body. It also detoxifies blood clots and carcinogenic substances in the blood vessels. Here's the key point. Both cinnamon and ginger have warming properties. While eating foods with warming properties together might seem like it could overburden the body, surprisingly, cinnamon and ginger are beneficial when combined. Cinnamon helps reduce internal heat and detoxifies the body, while ginger expels this heat through sweat. Additionally, this process improves blood circulation and prevents bacterial growth on the skin, providing skincare benefits. Here's one more thing. Have you heard that cinnamon contains toxins? Cinnamon does have a small amount of a toxin called coumarin. However, when consumed with ginger, this toxin is detoxified, making it safe to eat and even more beneficial. The third worst combination with cinnamon is for those who are taking hypertension medications, which is for the people with high blood pressure. Especially those with weak kidneys need to be extra cautious. First, cinnamon is excellent for cardiovascular health. As previously mentioned, it not only strengthens the heart and blood vessels, but also contains aldehyde compounds that help to dilate the blood vessels, allowing blood to flow more smoothly. Moreover, cinnamon is rich in potassium, which helps expel sodium from the body, lowering blood pressure and reducing swelling. However, here lies the problem. Hypertension medications, particularly diuretics, perform the same function as cinnamon's potassium. To be specific, the diuretics in hypertension medications work exactly like the potassium in cinnamon. You might wonder, isn't that a good thing? Yes, right? However, the problem is that these diuretics prevent the excretion of potassium. Normally, the potassium from cinnamon should be excreted after doing its job. But the diuretics block this, causing the potassium levels in the body to rise significantly. This can lead to hyperkalemia, which can cause muscle weakness and even cardiac arrhythmias. So, should you always worry about consuming cinnamon? Not at all. The secret to enjoying cinnamon to its fullest potential while staying healthy is finally revealed. The third best combination with cinnamon is apples. Many of you probably enjoy sprinkling cinnamon on your apple pie, and you're doing it right. As I mentioned earlier, cinnamon is being developed as a treatment to prevent brain disease. According to research from the University of Chicago, cinnamic acid, the main component of cinnamon, significantly reduces brain damage. Moreover, neurological diseases like Parkinson's show motor disorder symptoms. And surprisingly, cinnamon helps improve these symptoms. Recently, an even more groundbreaking announcement has been made. Cinnamon not only inhibits brain damage, the main cause of brain damages, but also rejuvenates brain neurons and brain cells. Even just smelling cinnamon can enhance cognitive function and concentration. Isn't that amazing? This is where apples come in. When cinnamon acts on the neurons in the brain, apples provide a protective shield that blocks potential neurotoxins. Therefore, apples help prevent the destruction of brain cells and neurons. Particularly, the anthocyanins in apple peels have a powerful antioxidant effect, maximizing cinnamon's ability to rejuvenate brain cells. But that's not all. As mentioned earlier, cinnamon strengthens the heart. When the heart pumps blood vigorously, the blood vessels need to be strong too, right? consuming apples with cinnamon strengthens the walls of the blood vessels, even down to the capillaries in your hands and feet. Additionally, since apples are low in potassium, eating them with cinnamon helps maintain balance and is good for kidney health. Therefore, you should definitely enjoy apples and cinnamon together from now on. The tart and sweet taste of the organic acids in apples pairs perfectly with the bitter taste of cinnamon, so even just sprinkling a little cinnamon powder on apples is very beneficial. So far, we have covered the 3 worst and 3 best food combinations with cinnamon. Let's summarize everything once more. First, avoid consuming cinnamon with sugar-laden beverages like certain commercial cinnamon teas and lattes. Instead, enjoy it with honey for a healthier option. Second, instead of pairing cinnamon with dry dates, opt for fresh dates or combine it with ginger for the best results. Additionally, those taking hypertension medications should be cautious with cinnamon to balance it out. Enjoy cinnamon with apples for a delightful and healthful combination. How does that sound? By consuming healthy cinnamon with well-matched foods, you can better protect your health. Thank you for spending your time with me. If you found today's video helpful, please subscribe and like it. Also, share it with your precious family and friends. I will always pray for your health and happiness. This has been your friendly health expert, Dr. John. Did you know that eating this with watermelon can actually harm your health? While watermelon is one of the best hydrators during summer, there are foods that pair well with it and others that don't. To fully benefit from watermelon, it's crucial to eat it properly. Eating watermelon with the wrong foods can lead to serious health issues. That's why I've prepared this important information for you. To help you prevent serious health issues and boost your immune system. I'll share 3 foods that do not pair well with watermelon and 3 that do. The hot summer has finally arrived. Summer brings many delicious fruits. But isn't there one fruit that stands out when you think of summer? That's right. Today's star is the ultimate summer hydrator, watermelon, aptly named because the majority of it is water. When you bite into its bright red flesh, the sweet juice runs down your chin, instantly making the summer heat disappear. When the sun is blazing and you're sweating a lot, feeling tired both physically and mentally. Eating sweet and cool watermelon quickly restores your energy with its natural sugars and hydrates you with its 90% water content, quenching thirst and relieving fatigue. But did you know that the remaining 10% of watermelon, aside from its 90% water content, is packed with incredible health benefits? It helps prevent high blood pressure, diabetes, chronic diseases, and even serious health issues, while also turning back the clock on aging to keep you youthful. Depending on what you eat with watermelon, you can maximize these benefits with the right combinations. Especially if you're eating it for health benefits, there are some foods you should avoid pairing with watermelon, along with some precautions to keep in mind. So now, let's delve into the secrets of the remaining 10% of watermelon. Explore 3 foods that pair best with it, 3 foods that don't, and the ultimate recipe. First, let's talk about the worst foods to pair with watermelon, yogurt, and cheese. Aren't you surprised? Recently, watermelon salads with diced cheese have become hugely popular. The combination of salty, savory cheese or yogurt with cool watermelon may taste good. But it's not really a healthy choice. During the hot summer, we sweat a lot and often feel physically and mentally exhausted, right? So, we tend to drink a lot of cold, ice-filled beverages and electrolyte drinks. But the best remedy is to have a piece of watermelon. This is because the moisture in watermelon is quite special. Watermelon contains 90% water, which aids in diuresis and blood circulation. And it's packed with vitamins. It's rich in vitamin A, which brightens tired eyes, vitamin B, which recharges your energy, and vitamin C, which helps recover from fatigue. Watermelon is perfect for replenishing the vitamins and minerals your body needs during the hot summer. Moreover, watermelon has a high absorption rate, allowing vitamins to be quickly absorbed into your body, helping you recover energy swiftly. But here's the key point. If you eat watermelon with yogurt and cheese, which are rich in fat, the opposite effect happens. The moisture in watermelon travels through your blood vessels, filling your body with vitamins and quickly expelling waste and toxins. On the other hand, the protein in fat in cheese and dairy products are digested slowly and take a long time to ferment, causing a significant difference in digestion speed. Cheese, milk, and yogurt digest slowly, while watermelon digests quickly, causing bloating and indigestion. So, what should you eat with watermelon? First, the best food to pair with watermelon is tomatoes. Although watermelon and tomato might seem like an unusual combination, they create a miraculous anti-illness diet, so please pay attention. While 90% of watermelon is water, the secret to its health benefits lies in the remaining 10%. The first secret of watermelon starts with its bright red flesh. Watermelon's red color comes from a component called lycopene. Wait a minute, haven't you heard of lycopene before? That's right. The reason the superfood tomato is known for its anti-illness properties is precisely because of its red color, lycopene. Amazingly, watermelon contains 30% more of this powerful antioxidant, lycopene, than tomatoes. The lycopene in watermelon eliminates harmful reactive oxygen species and blood clots, prevents cells from aging and oxidizing, and stops them from mutating into abnormal health-harming cells. So, what happens if we eat watermelon and tomatoes together, both rich in lycopene? Preventing illnesses is just the beginning. They can even help treat harmful cells. The organic acids in tomatoes and the potassium in watermelon work together to activate cells, clean blood vessels, and remove inflammation. In fact, the anti-illness benefits of tomatoes and watermelon are very effective against prostate diseases and arteriosclerosis. The tangy taste of tomatoes and the sweetness of watermelon go well together, creating a synergy effect for fatigue recovery. So remember this. You can enjoy watermelon and tomatoes together as a salad, or blend them into a detox juice. But here's a tip for our subscribers. Lycopene in watermelon and tomatoes is fat-soluble, so it's beneficial to eat them with oil. You can lightly grill watermelon and tomatoes with a bit of oil, drizzle olive oil over your salad, or eat them with a handful of nuts to more than double the absorption of these anti-illness components. Second, the worst food to pair with watermelon is greasy foods like fried food. Wait a minute, didn't I just say that eating watermelon with oil is good? But now I'm saying you shouldn't eat it with oily foods. Isn't that a bit confusing? Many people enjoy a cool slice of watermelon as a dessert after a summer meal. And recently, a recipe for fried watermelon, crispy on the outside and juicy on the inside, has become popular. Let me clarify. As mentioned earlier, watermelon's lycopene is fat-soluble, meaning it gets absorbed better with a small amount of oil. So, it's good to have a moderate amount of oil with it. However, you shouldn't eat it with excessive amounts of oil like in fried food. Have you ever felt a sudden cool sensation after eating watermelon? That's right. Watermelon, the quintessential summer fruit, has a naturally cooling property. It helps drop the heat in our bodies during the hot summer. But here's the key point. What happens if you eat it with greasy fried food? That's right. The oil in your stomach hardens, making digestion take a very long time. Furthermore, the most serious issue is that the high water content in watermelon dilutes stomach acid, slowing down digestion even more. Additionally, the excessive oil and trans fats in fried food hinder watermelon's blood cleansing properties, blocking blood circulation. So, you must be cautious. If you have trouble digesting food in the summer, it's actually because you've been eating water-rich fruits like watermelon as a dessert. For better digestion, it's much better to eat watermelons separately rather than as a dessert. Second, the best way to consume watermelon is by eating the white rind as well. Many people eat only the red flesh and discard the white part of the rind. There's a saying the flesh of watermelon is fruit, but the rind is medicine. The secret lies in the citrulline component packed in the white rind of the watermelon. This component is why watermelon diets, anti-swelling effects, and watermelon tea are gaining popularity. So here's a quiz. Why do we experience swelling in our limbs and body? Why does our body swell at all? It's because toxins are not being expelled properly. When our body's organs function, they produce waste. This waste needs to be expelled promptly. However, waste doesn't just exit the body immediately. It needs to be converted into a safe form, urea, with the help of citrulline before being expelled through the kidneys. Watermelon, especially, is rich in citrulline, making it a top fruit for treating cystitis, reducing swelling and detoxifying the body. Additionally, citrulline helps widen arterial blood vessels. As the blood vessels expand, blood circulation improves and oxygen supply increases. Isn't the detoxifying citrulline in watermelon amazing? What's even more astonishing is that citrulline is found in twice the amount in the white rind than in the red flesh of watermelon. So, you should make sure to eat the white rind as well as the sweet red flesh. Recommended recipes include slicing the white part thinly and making pickles, or enjoying its crunchy texture by making a sweet and sour salad or side dish similar to seasoned cucumber. Another tip. The white part is rich in vitamins, so if you slice it thinly or blend it into a face mask, it can rejuvenate sun-exposed skin, smooth wrinkles, and provide plenty of moisture. It's especially effective for soothing skin troubles and inflammation, so be sure to remember this. Lastly, the third worst food to eat with watermelon is bananas. Watermelon, the best summer fruit, and bananas, the top energy booster, surprisingly don't pair well together. The reason is potassium. You might be wondering, isn't potassium a beneficial mineral for health? And yes, it is. Potassium is an essential mineral for our body. A deficiency can cause fatigue and a sense of lethargy. Potassium works to energize and invigorate us. It helps expel sodium from our body, maintaining stable blood pressure. Therefore, it's vital for preventing cardiovascular diseases like hypertension, hyperlipidemia, heart disease, and arteriosclerosis. However, this beneficial potassium can cause significant strain for individuals with poor kidney function. If the kidneys can't expel potassium properly, it can lead to muscle weakness and even heart arrhythmias. The problem is that both watermelon and bananas are extremely high in potassium. Eating them together can lead to excessive potassium intake, increasing the risk of hyperkalemia. Instead of consuming them together, eat them separately to enjoy their individual nutritional benefits. Lastly, the third best way to consume watermelon is to eat its seeds. The miraculous benefits of watermelon and the key point of today are finally revealed. Does anyone eat the seeds embedded in the red flesh of watermelon? In China, it's a popular snack that's hard to come by. And it's truly the best medicine. Watermelon seeds are about 30% protein. This amount is among the highest of all seeds, surpassing pine nuts, peanuts, and sunflower seeds. So, what makes up the rest of the watermelon seed? It's unsaturated fatty acids, specifically linoleic acid. This component forms the brain itself, making it excellent for boosting brain function and preventing cognitive decline. Additionally, the linoleic acid in watermelon seeds prevents body fat accumulation and completely blocks the formation of visceral fat. It even lowers the levels of bad LDL cholesterol in the blood, making it great for preventing various adult diseases. Wait a minute, did you notice a slightly bitter taste when you chew on watermelon seeds? That's another health benefit from cucurbitacin found in the seeds. This compound purifies the blood, has sterilizing effects, prevents illnesses, and even acts as an anthelmintic to eliminate parasites. So make sure to eat watermelon seeds. Here's a tip. Collect the watermelon seeds, wash them well and dry them. Then lightly roast them in a dry pan. They'll become savory and you can enjoy them like nuts. So far, we've learned about the 3 worst and 3 best foods to pair with watermelon. Shall we summarize it all one last time? First, instead of eating watermelon with dairy fats like yogurt and cheese, pair it with tomatoes to reap the miraculous anti-illness effects. Avoid eating it with greasy foods like fries. And make sure to consume the white rind of the watermelon. Instead of eating it with bananas, be sure to include watermelon seeds in your diet. Enjoy the best summer fruit watermelon with foods that complement it well to protect your health. Thank you so much for spending time with me. If you found today's video helpful, please subscribe and like. Also, share it widely with your precious family and friends. I will always pray for your health and happiness. This has been your Dr. John. Thank you. Did you know that eating this with bananas can harm your health? Even though bananas are a superfood for your health, there are foods that go well with them and others that don't. Even with such good bananas, you should eat them wisely for your body's benefit. Eating them with unhealthy foods can actually harm your health. That's why I've prepared this for you. To protect your health and immunity, I'll tell you about 3 worst combinations of food with bananas and 3 best combinations. Hello! I'm your health expert, Dr. John. Are there still people who haven't subscribed yet? Please subscribe and hit the like button right away. Also, please share with your loved ones. I'll continue to provide only the best health information from now on. When you think of morning meal replacements or hearty snacks, there's a fruit that comes to mind first. It used to be a fruit so precious that only the wealthy could afford it. But nowadays, it's affordable, and you can enjoy it abundantly if you buy a bunch. Today's star is none other than the banana. When you peel off its bright yellow skin, you'll find sweet and soft, creamy flesh. Not only is it delicious, but it's also a true all-around beauty with numerous health benefits, such as protect your cells, immune boosting, and aiding in dieting. Some people enjoy eating it as it is, while others make banana chips by drying them, or include them in juices along with other fruits or vegetables. Bananas ripen from green to yellow to black, and as they ripen, their health benefits change significantly, making them a fascinating food. But did you know? Even with such healthful bananas, there are foods that, when eaten together, can harm your health. Now, let's explore 3 worst combinations of food that harm your health when eating with bananas. And 3 best combinations of food that boost immunity, along with recipes. First, the worst combination of food with bananas is milk. Are you surprised? Because bananas are filling, some people have them as a meal replacement on an empty stomach in the morning, or blend them with milk to make banana milkshakes. However, bananas and milk, which might seem like a perfect match, are not a good combination for health. Wait, are there still people who think that the sugar in bananas is bad for health? Let me clarify this for you. Bananas are rich in dietary fiber that helps balance blood sugar, and they are also packed with minerals and vitamins that fight against diseases. Especially, depending on the ripening process, bananas have different health benefits, making them amazing fruits. Unripe green bananas have resistant starches that are 20 times higher than ripe yellow bananas. They have a very low glycemic index, making them excellent for blood sugar management. Green bananas are full of prebiotics that act as food for probiotics in the gut, promoting gut health. On the other hand, as bananas ripen and turn yellow, they become sweeter and their sugar content increases. Especially, they become rich in antioxidants, vitamin B, and vitamin C. Finally, as they become overripe and develop brown spots, they are called sugar spots, known as antioxidants that fight against health-harming cells. While the vitamins and minerals in yellow bananas decrease, these brown spots are filled with health protection properties that strengthen the power of white blood cells. So, green bananas are great for diabetes prevention and dieting due to their low glycemic index. Yellow bananas are packed with vitamins and antioxidants. And finally, brown bananas are the best anti-disease foods. However, are you worried that the natural sugars in bananas might raise your blood sugar? Here's the solution. When you consume them together, milk lowers blood sugar because lactose in milk lowers it, making it a great combination. Moreover, bananas are rich in magnesium, and surprisingly, when you consume magnesium from bananas with milk, it helps the calcium in milk be fully absorbed into our bodies. But pay attention here. All these benefits only apply to those with strong stomachs. As we age, our stomachs and intestines weaken, and many experience reflux, where food regurgitates. Especially, you might have felt discomfort as if the banana was stuck after eating it for satiety. There's a reason for this. The rich dietary fiber in bananas is insoluble and doesn't dissolve well, so it stays in the stomach for a long time. If you consume milk with it, a bigger problem arises. The organic acids and sugars in bananas combine with the abundant calcium and protein in milk, forming lumps, making digestion even slower. In this process, over-fermentation occurs in the stomach, putting a significant strain on the stomach and intestines, causing fatigue and lethargy. Eventually, it can lead to chronic conditions like gastritis and reflux esophagitis. So never consume bananas and milk together. Instead, opt for food combinations that are easier to digest. Then what should you eat with bananas? The first food I recommend to pair with bananas is oatmeal. Instead of having bananas and milk on an empty stomach in the morning, you can have oatmeal or oatmeal porridge together with bananas. Oatmeal's dietary fiber is much better for gut health, making it the perfect match. Wait, are there some of you who are puzzled, thinking, bananas have a lot of dietary fiber, so why is it good to eat them with oatmeal? Yes, both bananas and oats are rich in dietary fiber, but they are completely different types. A banana contains about 3 grams of fiber, and most of it is insoluble fiber, which mainly helps increase the volume and weight of stools. That's why eating bananas might actually lead to constipation. So, for gut health, you should consume soluble fiber, which absorbs water well. That's where oatmeal and oats come in. Oats contain over 50% soluble fiber. So when you eat them with bananas, you can perfectly balance your fiber intake. Moreover, the fiber pectin in bananas surprisingly helps lower cholesterol levels in the blood vessels. It detoxifies the body and eliminates heavy metals. Here's a tip. For this detoxifying effect, you should consume unripe green bananas, along with the resistant starch found in green bananas. You'll also get the effects of natural insulin and beta-glucan in oats, which help regulate blood sugar levels. Secondly, the worst combination of food with bananas is sweet potatoes. Despite being regarded as excellent meal replacements and diet foods, bananas and sweet potatoes surprisingly don't go well together. While excessive dietary fiber can indeed strain digestion, there's a more serious issue at hand. That's potassium. Some might wonder, isn't potassium a beneficial mineral for health? Yes, potassium is an essential mineral for our bodies. It's particularly crucial for cell health and regulates the functions of the heart and muscles, providing energy to our bodies. Additionally, potassium helps flush sodium out of our bodies, thereby stabilizing blood pressure and preventing cardiovascular diseases like hypertension, hyperlipidemia, and atherosclerosis. However, pay attention here. This beneficial potassium can pose a significant burden for those with poor kidney function. If potassium isn't adequately excreted from the kidneys, it can weaken muscles and even lead to irregular heartbeats. The issue lies in the fact that both bananas and sweet potatoes are rich in potassium. Consuming them together can lead to excessive potassium intake, increasing the risk of hyperkalemia. So, rather than consuming them together, it's better to have them separately. To ensure you benefit from each food's nutritional properties without risking potassium overload. Secondly, the best food to pair with bananas is nuts. Nowadays, many people suffer from insomnia and stress, right? A calm mind leads to a calm body, so stress relief and sound sleep are crucial for health. Consuming bananas with nuts is the perfect solution. Nuts contain beneficial unsaturated fatty acids and omega-3, but most importantly, they're rich in tryptophan. This tryptophan surprisingly converts into the happiness hormone serotonin in the brain. But pay attention here for tryptophan to convert into the happiness hormone. It requires vitamin B6. Today's start. The banana is rich in vitamin B6. Therefore, when you consume nuts and bananas together, they perfectly alleviate depression and insomnia. Additionally, bananas' magnesium has muscle relaxation benefits. So having a banana in the evening can further improve sleep quality. Moreover, bananas' potassium helps maintain stable heartbeats and balances the body's fluid levels, which is beneficial for keeping the metabolism balanced and less prone to stress. Now, as the last, third worst combination of food with bananas, we have cabbage. Many people diligently consume bananas and cabbage as the best anti-disease food combination, right? That's correct. As mentioned earlier, when bananas become overripe, they develop brown spots, known as sugar spots. In this state, the sugar content increases, but most importantly, it's when the polyphenol levels, which boost immunity, are at their highest. Thus fully ripe bananas are referred to as the guardians of anti-disease. According to Japan National Cancer Research Institutes, spotted bananas have a remarkable effect on creating TNF immune cells. They enhance white blood cell function by 8 times more than unripe green bananas. At this point, when you consume cabbage, known as the epitome of green vegetables due to its high content of chlorophyll and vitamin U, along with bananas, it synergistically enhances health-protecting effects. However, unfortunately, when you consume cabbage and bananas together, the body consumes a large amount of vitamin B6, which can lead to deficiency symptoms. Should you give up the anti-disease benefits and worry while consuming them? No, there's a miraculous solution. By consuming cabbage and bananas along with just one other food, everything is resolved. Then, the third recommendation for the best food to pair with bananas is eggs. Eggs are packed with numerous nutritional benefits, especially being rich in vitamin B6. When consumed with bananas and cabbage, eggs can prevent any loss of nutrients and only provide synergistic effects. Moreover, this vitamin B6, nicknamed the brain vitamin, plays a crucial role in supplying glucose, the brain's energy source. Furthermore, when you consume eggs, considered one of the most nutritious whole foods on Earth, along with bananas, it perfectly fills in any protein and nutrient gaps. Wait, if you consume only bananas as a meal replacement for breakfast, it might strain those with weak kidneys due to the magnesium content, worsening low blood pressure. But when consumed with eggs, it balances out the perfect nutritional equilibrium, allowing you to recharge energy and restore vitality without any worries and quickly. So far, we've looked at the 3 worst combinations and 3 best foods to pair with bananas. Let's summarize them together. First, instead of consuming bananas with milk, have them with oats or oatmeal. Secondly, since bananas are high in potassium, avoid pairing them with sweet potatoes and opt for nuts instead. Lastly, remember that bananas go well not only with cabbage but also with eggs. How does that sound? By taking care to pair bananas with foods that complement them well, you can protect your health and boost immune system. Thank you so much for spending time with me. If you found today's video helpful, please subscribe and like it. Also, don't forget to share it with your loved ones and friends. I'll always keep you in my prayers for your health and happiness. Did you know that eating cabbage with this can actually harm your health? Cabbage is well known as one of the best foods that good for your health. There are foods that go very well with cabbage and some that do not. Even though cabbage is healthy, you need to eat it correctly for it to be good for your health. Eating cabbage with bad foods can harm your health. I will tell you about 3 foods that are the worst combinations with cabbage for boosting your health. And also 3 foods that are the best combinations with cabbage. Especially for certain people, cabbage needs to be eaten carefully. So please stay tuned until the end. Are there anyone who didn't subscribe yet? Please hit the subscribe and like buttons right now. I will continue to bring you the best health information. When we eat, we don't consume just one type of ingredient. In a single dish, various ingredients complement each other's taste and health effects. However, just because ingredients taste good together doesn't mean that their nutritional values match well. Eating foods with poor nutritional combinations can harm your body and even lead to serious health issues. Every natural ingredient has its own beneficial nutrients. Knowing these nutrients and consuming them properly is the best habit for your health. Today's topic is cabbage, one of the best health foods. Everyone knows that cabbage is good for the health. But did you know that there are foods that can harm your health when eaten with cabbage? There are even people who should never eat cabbage. Now, let's learn about the 3 worst and 3 best food combinations with cabbage and discover a miraculous recipe. The first thing you should never eat with cabbage is high blood pressure medication and aspirin. Especially if you are taking blood-thinning medications like warfarin and aspirin, you should avoid cabbage. Cabbage is rich in polyphenol and anthocyanins, which are excellent for lowering blood pressure and preventing cardiovascular diseases. Many patients with high blood pressure and high cholesterol take it regularly. But pay attention here. If you are prescribed aspirin and high blood pressure or high cholesterol medications, the situation is entirely different. Warfarin-based blood pressure medications and aspirin work as anticoagulants, thinning if a blood clot forms in your blood vessels. These anticoagulants help dissolve the clot and keep the blood flowing, preventing blockages. They help prevent conditions like cerebral hemorrhage, stroke, and cerebral infarction. However, the vitamin K in cabbage does the exact opposite. Vitamin K activates platelets and helps blood clot at injury sites and blood vessels. While high blood pressure medications and aspirin thin the blood, vitamin K in cabbage thickens it. Therefore, if you are taking high blood pressure or high cholesterol medications and aspirin, you need to be very cautious with cabbage consumption. Vitamin K in cabbage can reduce the effectiveness of your prescribed medications. Check now if any of the medications you regularly take include warfarin, but here is the kick. Does this mean you should completely avoid cabbage if you're on these medications? No. There is a miraculous recipe that even these individuals can enjoy. The first food that pairs perfectly with cabbage is apples. Eating cabbage and apples together is safe and beneficial. The potassium in apples helps dilate blood vessels. When you consume the sulforaphane in cabbage, which inhibits blood clots, along with the potassium in apples, it greatly improves blood circulation and lowers blood pressure. This makes it a miraculous combination. From now on, always eat cabbage with apples. A recommended recipe is cabbage apple juice. Blend cabbage and apples together. Steaming or cooking the cabbage before blending can increase its absorption. So remember this tip. It is especially good to drink this on an empty stomach in the morning. You can also add carrots to the juice. Carrots promote blood formation and improve blood flow in the vessels. However, if you add raw carrots, the enzyme ascorbinase in carrots can destroy the vitamin C in cabbage and apples. Adding a little vinegar or lemon juice can reduce this vitamin destruction, allowing you to get all the vitamins from the cabbage and apples. Plus, it neutralizes the strong sulfur smell of cabbage, making it a double benefit. The second worst combination for cabbage is for people with weak thyroid function. Cabbage contains a variety of nutrients and is very beneficial for stomach health, which is why many people eat it often. However, if you have hypothyroidism or an iodine deficiency that weakens your thyroid, eating cabbage can worsen your symptoms. Cabbage contains glucosinolates, which are miraculous antioxidants that help maintain youthfulness. These compounds inhibit the production of hormones. Especially, they have been proven to have anti-disease effects on various health issues for stomach and breast. However, these compounds can interfere with the production of thyroid hormones or the absorption of iodine, making cabbage unsuitable for people with weak thyroids. Cabbage contains a lot of nitrogen and sulfur compounds, and its goitrogenic substances can inhibit the production of thyroid hormones in the body. Therefore, people with weak thyroid should avoid eating cabbage. Does this mean you should never eat cabbage if you have a thyroid condition? No. There's a miraculous way to consume it. Instead of eating cabbage raw, cook it. The compounds that inhibit iodine synthesis are very sensitive to heat. Blanching the cabbage in boiling water for about 30 seconds. Steaming it or lightly stir-frying it in oil can make it safe to eat. Pay attention, the second food that pairs well with cabbage is grapefruit. Cabbage pairs excellently with sour fruits, and eating it with grapefruit can maximize its antioxidant effects. Cabbage is rich in anti-disease compounds, particularly isothiocyanates, which have been found to be much more effective than many conventional treatments. These compounds are effective in preventing various serious conditions, including those affecting the breast, prostate, bladder, colon, and thyroid. Additionally, cabbage activates white blood cells that fight disease and promotes the secretion of TNF, which helps destroy cancer cells. When you eat cabbage with grapefruit, which is rich in vitamin C, the antioxidant effects are greatly enhanced. The carotenoids in cabbage prevent the aging of skin cells and help regenerate cells, making the skin smooth and elastic. It also helps remove waste products from the body, making the combination with grapefruit even more effective. Furthermore, cabbage is high in dietary fiber and low in calories, making it excellent for weight loss. Grapefruit contains naringin, which has a bitter taste and helps reduce visceral fat. Therefore, from now on, always eat cabbage with grapefruit. The third highly risky cabbage food is cabbage juice or extract. Many people are surprised by this because they drink a lot of cabbage extract juice for their health. Cabbage is often called a natural stomach protector. It contains sulforaphane, which inhibits the spread of Helicobacter pylori, a bacteria that causes stomach ulcers, making it particularly beneficial for stomach health. Cabbage is also rich in vitamin U, which strengthens and regenerates the stomach lining, and antioxidants like riboflavin and carotenoids, which are very effective for colon and stomach health. However, pay attention. Consuming cabbage in juice form is a completely different story. When cabbage is extracted, the fiber is significantly destroyed, and the sugars are concentrated, which is not good for diabetics. Additionally, cabbage juice can disrupt the balance of potassium and sodium in the blood, making it harmful for people with weak kidneys. People with sensitive intestines should especially avoid it, as cabbage ferments easily in the colon, producing gas that can irritate the colon and cause bloating. This bloating can lead to irritable bowel syndrome and even colon inflammation or serious health issues. Furthermore, cabbage has a cooling effect that can easily cause diarrhea or abdominal bloating, so it should be consumed with caution. So, what foods should we eat with cabbage? The third highly recommended food combination with cabbage is milk. Milk is rich in protein, vitamins, and calcium, which not only complement the nutrients in cabbage, but also neutralize stomach acid and stabilize the stomach's condition. Specifically, the vitamin U in cabbage combines with the protein in milk to synthesize a new protein that protects the stomach lining from damage caused by stomach acid. This significantly enhances cabbage's benefits for stomach health. This method is a miraculous way for people with sensitive intestines to safely consume cabbage. If you frequently experience heartburn or digestive issues, eating cabbage with milk can be very beneficial. Blending cabbage and milk together and drinking it as a breakfast substitute on an empty stomach is also an excellent method. We've now covered the 3 worst and 3 best food combinations with cabbage. Then it's time to summarize. If you are taking high blood pressure medication or aspirin, you should always eat cabbage with apples. Blending cabbage and apples with carrots is even better. And don't forget to add vinegar or lemon juice. If you have a weak thyroid, you should never eat raw cabbage. Always cook it before eating. Lastly, instead of concentrated cabbage juice, chew cabbage thoroughly with milk. How does that sound? Cabbage is an excellent health vegetable, and I hope you can eat it with the right food combinations to maintain your health. Thank you for staying with me today. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe and like. Also, share it with your precious family and friends.